Hey guys, so basically I decided to make a video for this week here. I do apologize for not posting a blog up last week. I was a little bit busy with a bunch of schoolwork and things like that. But anyway, I figured I'd just touch on last week as well as bring up something new for this week. Last week, what I was going to talk about is a bunch of community things and exactly what happens here on campus. And there was something that happened here actually in Douglas that was called Fall Flapjacks. And basically what it was, we hosted this event and a bunch of people came, we made pancakes, and it was just like a nice chill atmosphere. It was just really neat. It was just really neat to sort of see like community being fostered, and just not only people in Douglas came, but people from other dorms and everything, they came over and we had a pretty good time. Friday was Halloween. We had something called Robson Underground here. It's this pretty sweet dance party that anybody's invited to, and it's held in like a parking lot underneath the Robson building there. It was pretty sweet. Here are a couple clips from it. Yeah, so that's pretty much what that sort of TUSA hosted event is like. Another thing that I also went to was something called 1107, and that's an improv group that happens here on campus, and it's a pretty sweet deal. There's a few people from like all different majors and things like that, and they come together and make this sweet show. It's usually every 2 weeks, and there's a workshop every week on Tuesdays at 10 o'clock or 10:15 technically, and it's just a pretty sweet time just to be able to be free and be funny and not feel like you have to put up any sort of like facade or whatever. Not that I put up a facade, but it's just a place to be able to be free and just be who you are, which is one thing that I really appreciate about different things that they have here on campus. I went to that, and then I went back to the Robson Underground, and that was pretty sweet. So transitioning on to this week, I've been here for about 71 days now, and I figured I'd make sort of like Miles' Guide to Trinity sort of thing, and I came up with about 8 things that I figure any new Trinity student would probably want to know before they got here. So number 1, what I found is when you're usually in the cafeteria around like closing time, usually on Fridays, what tends to happen is the cafeteria workers will take a bunch of the pastries and really nice stuff that they have in there, and then just give them to you, because they're not going to sell them and they can't like keep them there overnight sort of thing. So basically, because you're there, they give the food to you and it's free. It's great stuff. It's good. Everybody loves treats. I love treats. You love treats. We all love treats. Awesome. Be there. Number 2, what I found out is that registering for an early class at 8 o'clock in the morning on the other side of campus is not a good idea. When you wake up at 7:54 in the morning and your class is at 8 a.m. and it's all the way at the other side of campus, it's not a fun time, like putting on your jeans, throwing on a sweater and grabbing your backpack and such. It's a very interesting time, a time that you really don't want to be experiencing too often. So if you can, register for a class that's in a building close to your dorm. Otherwise, set a lot of alarms. Number 3, before you go ahead and buy any textbooks here on campus, what you should do is come in, either speak to a second year, try and find a second year that's in your major or something, and speak to them about if they have any textbooks, or ask your RA. Your RA is a great resource. Just go ahead and ask him if he has any friends in your major, and he'll probably be able to swing you like a deal or something, maybe even get you the book for free. Who knows? I was actually able to get a couple textbooks for free because I just knew people and things like that, and it was good stuff. It saved me a little bit of money. You can save a little bit of money too. Number 4. It's sort of two-staged advice sort of thing. If you're from here, you already get the weather and all that, like you'll probably understand it. Like if you're from like Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, like all the other provinces over there, you're not gonna need your jackets pretty much. Like all your big winter jackets stuffed, maybe your goose feather jacket, you're not gonna need that. All you're just gonna need is a bunch of hats and scarves and whatnot, and you're good to go, because all it does here is rain. Now, on that note, get yourself an umbrella. You need to get an umbrella because it rains all the time, like all the time, without stopping. Trust me, you need an umbrella. Number 5. Okay, so basically you have your student card here, and they give you this little piece and they say put it on, it's very good, and put it on your neck and stuff like that. I think that's a great idea, but I find it more effective to put my student card in my phone case. That way when I have my phone on me, I've got my phone, I've got my student card, but your student card is on you the whole time. If you're ever coming in after 11 o'clock, you don't have to take out and you pull out your student card from your pocket or whatever. Just have your phone, boop, on the door, and the door opens for you. Good to go. Number 6, develop a healthy relationship with the word no. I'm not saying this because I'm biased or anything, but it's an awesome place to be at. There's so many things you can get involved in, whether it's activities or like different groups or sports, or so many things that you can get involved with, and you can't do everything, unfortunately. You can't do everything, so start learning how to say no, because you need some time to yourself, which is a really nice segue in to my seventh point here. And I would say find a spot where you can just be silent, where there's no noise, there's just you, yourself, and nobody else around you. You can't do that in your dorm room. Like find somewhere either on campus or off campus, or some place where you can just be in a nice quiet place and recharge and everything, because you really need it. My last point, sit in the front row of all your classes. Your professor will start to really know who you are. If you're struggling, maybe it's a lot easier for you to go to your professor and ask for help. If you're tired, it makes you keep yourself awake and alert and not just sleep, because your professor is right there. You're not about to fall asleep while your professor is right there in front of you. Those are my 8 awesome top tips for new Trinity Western students, and I hope you enjoyed that. Check in back next week for the next blog. It's gonna be great. Stay blessed.